Yeah, no more transvestite. I put that on my website, the transvestite thing. I said Colin with stories, and people kept emailing me transvestite stories and shit in their pants stories. That's all I got.
And the N-word, sir, the N-word upsets black people.
Would you stop with that, Morocco?
Okay? It upsets black people. We don't use the N-word on this show, and we don't use the C-word either, okay? Black people hate the N-word, and the C-word makes cunts very upset.
I can understand why country.
The only people I only call rednecks niggers because it confuses them.
See?
What? You call me? Huh? What? I don't.
And then
fuck off, nigger.
And then you quickly say Chevrolet.
I told you I'm a driver. I drive for roadway. I'm a white person. Yeah. Drive your truck, nigger.
I call black people chinks.
This guy don't. Chinks. Go ahead. Who do we get on the phone? You never get a hold of Provenza? I got this some funny.
What is that snapping?
I know.
These guys act like we know what we're doing. They're giving us hand signals.
Ever since I've started this, like the whole process, Phil Iazetta thinks I have any clue what I'm doing.
He's doing, yeah.
He's like, just come into the office. Like I was going to hit an editing bay. I can't program numbers into my cell phone.
He's doing hand signals today, like we know what they're talking about.
I got Provenza if you want.
Well, you got Provenza?
Oh,
beautiful. Paul Provenza, ladies and gentlemen.
Doug Stanhope.
Long-time comic. I actually, to try to be professional, I looked up your bio.
Oh, that's
so I'd know more about your credits, like anyone gives a shit. Well, you're a funny comic. That's all we care about.
It's really important to know about my guest appearance on Facts of Life.
That's what I was just about to bust your balls about.
I'm not going to even talk during this piece, because fucking Paul Provenza is one of the best stand-up comics, in my opinion.
Who is
the last
that?
20 years.
What's wrong with him?
My name is Mike DiStefano. You have no idea who I am. I just got out of rehab 7 years ago. You were done with comedy by the time I started.
Well, there's a credit for Mike, isn't it? That's
Thank
nice.
you.
Be sure and get that up on the internet, Mike. Doug, I'm sitting in the editing room with the editor of The Aristocrats, Emery, and we're cutting your DVD extras.
Beautiful. The Aristocrats, you just had it out at Sundance and at the Aspen Comedy Festival.
South by Southwest.
I suck so badly at trying to explain what this movie is about, even though it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I know. It was really funny when I first showed you pieces of it. You were like, this is not at all what I thought it was. You couldn't make heads and tails of it.
When you hear what it is, or at least the way I tell it, it makes so little sense. We actually have a clip that we'll play, but go ahead and tell us about the movie.
Well, the movie is, I call it a love letter. Penn Jillette, who's my partner on this, we created it, produced it together, and I directed it, and we think it's a love story, but everybody says it's vulgar, obscene, and filthy. You be the judge. There's an old joke, as you know, The Aristocrats, which is famous.
Yeah, we're going to play it. I downloaded a clip. There's something leaked out onto the Internet. The South Park version we're going to play, so they'll get the joke, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, so it's this joke. The setup and the punchline are always the same, but the middle, you can do whatever you want with it. And so we got 100 comedians, you among them, along with Robin Williams, Whoopi Goldberg, Sarah Silverman, all the way to Phyllis Diller.
Everybody, the Smothers Brothers, Chris Rock.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bobby Slayton, Rick Overton, the South Park guys, as you know, did a piece for us.
Yeah.
And, Spinal Tap guys are in it. The editorial staff of The Onion is in it. We got all the hipsters and all the really just sort of classic comics, and as one review,
all telling their version of this joke.
All doing their version of this joke, because it's the singer, not the song, is the premise. That it's like if you give Mary Had a Little Lamb to 100 jazz musicians, you'd expect a real personal expression from each of them, and each of them would be different.
Yeah.
And it's the first time anything's been done like that with comedy. But the catch is, the joke happens to be the filthiest joke in the world.
Yeah, it's actually a suck joke, but the meat of it, the part that's left open to the interpreter, is the funniest. Yeah, is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and people do amazing things with it. Martin Mull, it's just incredible.
Can we play that clip? This is the South Park version of the Aristocrats joke from the movie The Aristocrats.
And you downloaded this?
I downloaded this off of, I don't know, it's out there all over the place.
Well, listen, as you play that, let me just say before you play that, the whole premise of the joke is to be as offensive as possible.
Exactly.
So you're sort of through the looking glass. It's sort of what's good is bad and what's bad is good. It's very punk when you think about it, which is really cool to have Larry Storch, doing something.
That's what makes the movie. Let me play the joke, but that's what makes the movie is hearing some of the very clean people do this. But go ahead, play The Aristocrats.
You guys want to hear a funny joke my grandpa told me? No.
Okay, so this family walks into a talent agency. It's a mother, father, their son and daughter, and a little baby. The father says to the talent agent, "Sir, our family has an amazing act. We know if you would let us perform it for you, you would want to sign us." And the talent agent says, "Sorry, we don't sign family acts. They're too cutesy." But then the mother goes, "Please, sir, if you just give us 2 minutes, we know you'll like our act." So the talent agent says, "All right, you've got 2 minutes." The family jumps right into it. The mother smiles and points to the son, who hits play on a boombox. Thrilling circus music starts to play as the father spins his daughter around, bends her over, lifts up her skirt, and starts licking her asshole. What? Then the son lays down on the floor and opens his mouth, and the mother tears off tearaway pants, squats down over his face, and starts shitting all over him. Dude! Hold on. The father grabs the baby, takes off his diaper, and starts sucking his cock, right? While the son, still with his mother's shit in his mouth, goes over and licks the baby's tiny little balls. Dude. Hold on, cop. Now the mother lays down on her back on the floor while the daughter gets up high on a chair and starts pissing all over. Then the father and son take the baby and start stuffing it head first back into the mother's vagina, while the daughter's piss rains down on all of them. Dude, just stop. Hold on, Cal. They get the baby halfway in so that just his legs are sticking out, all kicking and flailing around. The son takes the mother's shit out of his mouth and starts rubbing it all over everyone, while the father sticks his cock in the baby's asshole and fucks it while it's still inside the mother, until he comes all over the baby, the wife, the son, and the daughter. Cartman, I don't want to... Cal, hold on, please. Then the father gets up and says, "And now for our impersonation of the victims of 9/11. And the whole family starts running around the room, screaming and laughing with their dicks and titties all flapping around, covered with shit and piss and cum, going, "Ah! The baby's coming down! Help!" And finally, the family runs back to the center of the room and goes, "Ta-da!" And the talent agent, he just sits there for the longest time. And finally he says, "Jesus, that's a hell of an act. What do you call it?" And the father says, "The Aristocrats." I don't get it. Neither do I.
I love that.
Okay, all right, Doug.
Yeah.
Doug, you're too humble to say this, okay?
Yeah.
But that's not, first of all, that's not even close to the filthiest in the movie.
That's one of the, it was one of the tops I saw. I've only seen about 45 minutes of
not even
rough footage.
Now, I'm going to play for you now. And it may not be perfect to hear because you're just going to hear it over the telephone right now.
Right.
But you're up on the chopping block right now, and I'm going to play for you a piece of Doug Stanhope in the Aristocrats. Now you haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to play this for you. And I think this is now the interesting thing is, please don't reveal this. You do something that's really surprising, and you come late in the movie because what you do is just like fucking great. But I'm going to play a little clip of Doug Stanhope in the Aristocrats. Hang on, here we go.
My wife's dressed up like Charlie Chaplin, and she looks completely like a dude. As she walks up to me, I'm sitting on a park bench, and I start to perform horrible analingus on her. And then she exposes her breasts. The crowd goes crazy. We drop her pants completely down. They see my wife has a penis because she used to be a man. It's kind of a horrible, hormone-shrunken penis, but a penis nonetheless. So I reach around and I start tugging on it, see? Tugging on her little uncut penis. And every time I pull it, a blort of wet, acrid shit shoots out across my face. We have it timed perfectly. So now we bring my daughter up. My daughter is in a wheelchair, and I'm not talking just a little bit handicapped. She's a full-on low-watt gurgler in a high-back chair. Spina bifida. Are you eating during this?
Did you get that?
Yeah, you forgot to mention I'm telling it to a baby.
No, I want you to mention that.
Oh, what?
That's a nice surprise for the people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who said, "Hey, lady"? Who said, "Hey, lady"? Hey, lady.
So it's really funny. But I got to tell you this. It's not just about telling a dirty joke. It really is.
No. They go into the etymology, the roots of this joke.
More than that, what it really is a celebration of first of all, of freedom and just, getting down in the mud and rolling around, like finger painting, like kids. You don't care if you get stuff on your clothes, you know? And it's also an examination of art and creativity and individuality, and it's also a real behind the scenes look at comedy and stand up comedians. And it's kind of like it's really a love fest. Everybody's just having such a great time.
Jesus Christ, you're good at you could make a living just writing bios.
Well, I'll tell you, man.
Golden throat.
It's what we were surprised to discover as we put this thing together. So it's while it's filthy and all that, the funny thing is, and there's always walkouts. I mean, a few people walk out, but we want everybody to know that it's filthy because we're not trying to sucker punch anybody.
Yeah.
But when you stick with it, it really turns into...
just the way you absolutely just... I go on radio, they go, "So what's your act like?" And I'll go, "Looks stuff and shit."
I've been sucking cock in this business a long time.
But yeah, you just made that into poetry. It's It's phenomenal. Now, what do you do next with it? I don't get how the whole